Good morning, swaggers. This is Paul here with U-Swags, bringing you another video on the Office Weight Loss Challenge. I know I hadn't brought you a video in about 2 weeks, but the reason for that was the second week of the challenge, I lost about 1.8 pounds, and I went on a couple of date nights with the wife and probably didn't eat as good as I needed to. So that would be the reason for that. But here's a quick update, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm getting into next. The first week I lost, almost 5 pounds. The second week was right at 1.8 pounds, I believe. And so I kind of hunkered down, turned it into second gear, and really started pushing myself and getting back on my diet. And I did really well, except for one day, which was our July 4th office party. We're right next to our town's fireworks. They shoot off just a couple, maybe 100 yards away from our office. And we had a party on July 3rd. I drank a little beer and ate a burger. But other than that, I did pretty good. And I lost 5.4 pounds this week. So right now, I'm at 11.4 pounds lost for the entire challenge. I've lost right under 5% of my entire body weight, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. I was wanting to be at least about 10 or 12% after 8 weeks, so we're at 5 right now. Weighing in to show you my current weight. I do have all my clothes on, but we'll see what happens. Down 1.5 pounds after 2 days and 1 day on the juice diet, so not too bad. But now I'm turning it up another notch. I'm starting on the juicing diet. I mentioned it a little before, but I'm going to tell you kind of what it's all about. I have my handy dandy juicer sitting right over there. I'm going to show you how they work and what goes behind the diet. And sorry, I'm bringing you this video from my work office kitchen. It's kind of dirty. We had that 4th of July party, and we still have a bunch of food and crap laying around from it. So this is kind of what it looks like in the mornings when we've had a party recently. Just crap everywhere. But I made a couple juices yesterday, Wednesday, July 9th, I believe is what it was. And I started yesterday as my day one. I drank, for the first half of the day, I drank the apple, cucumber, kale, and orange juice. And then I had made my carrots, sweet potato, and then I had a little bit of that leftover romaine lettuce I put in there, and I also put in ginger root. When you're doing these juices, if you like the smell of fresh ginger, put ginger root in all of these because they really smooth it out and they really make the taste palatable. Because some of them are not very good. If you like apples and cucumber, or I don't really care for cucumber. If you don't like cucumber, I mean, this one to me tastes like apples and a little bit of a funkiness I guess you get from the kale, but the apples overpower most of it and just kind of leaves a little bit of a weird aftertaste from the kale, I guess. But for the most part, these juices, they're not horrible. They're not very good. But it's more of a, you're making your body healthy by doing this. It's pretty crazy what the diet actually does for you. Okay, so now I want to give you a few quick tips on the juicing, and then I'll show you kind of how I do it here in a minute. But if you look here, you got the juicer. The first thing you do before you start the juicer is you're going to want to put a plastic bag of some sort. I use a grocery bag or bag that I bag my produce with, and line this pulp catcher with it. It helps with the cleanup immensely. You don't have to be sanitary with this part too much, just because either the pulp you're going to throw in a compost pile, throw in your garden. Some people use it in bread, some people do other things with it, but you can look up the ways to do all that. And but I just throw it away. If I'm juicing, I don't have a use for it because I'm not going to make any food with it. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is when you're juicing things such as kale and other leafy vegetables, greens, or anything else, those all have a ton of great nutrients in them, and they're very hard to juice. So when you're juicing, you want to put the kale in first, just a little bit of leafy part, and then you're going to follow it by something like an apple, a carrot, anything that produces a lot of juice and that will feed through this thing very fast. It flushes out all the leafy pulp left over and gets all the juice out and kind of cleans it out, kind of resets the machine for you, and allows it to not clog up as easy. Also, the next thing is when you are putting the juice in there, this thing should be used to press it down gently. You should never use a lot of force with your juicer. It can damage it. It can damage the motor. It can break the blade. I'm not sure if it can break the blade, but I know it could damage the motor because you could slow down the motor by forcing it, and that kind of thing. So don't force your food in there, and always when you're doing leafy things, follow it by a juicy fruit or vegetable. So in the background you may see this. I don't want you thinking I'm eating eggs and sausage and peppers and stuff like that, but and also over here you'll see all this nice food. Actually, this is what I do for a little extra money around my office. We're not big enough to have a vending service. We don't have enough people and don't have enough sales for it, so I go to Sam's a couple times a week and do this, and also make breakfasts every morning for people when I have orders anyways. Just trying to earn a little extra money here at work, and this is where I normally made my egg whites every morning when I was on the first phase of my diet and I ran out of my breakfast food for the Nutrisystem diet. So I'd make my egg whites and peppers and a little spinach and that kind of thing. Hey guys, after editing out that video, I realized I didn't have an ending, and I tried to put about 10-12 minutes of juicing and run through it really fast and make it about 30 seconds. But YouTube Video Editor isn't the best, and I still don't have my computer set up for my video editing software, so I just left it out. But if you did enjoy the video, please give me a like, favorite the video, subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to do that. Every like I get helps me be viewed by more people outside of our little use bags community. So thank you. Y'all have a great day.